What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld. So a lot of you guys have been asking about this Vince Young. I told you guys before, I will try these players out as soon as I get a chance to. A lot of the things that go on because of weekend league and, you know, head-to-head and trying to grind out things like Cam Chancellor, I can't always get it done as fast. But now that Cam Chancellor is done, the Ultimate Champion for the first round is over. Obviously, as they release the newer levels, like the reset for the 50 levels again, he's going to get more upgrades. But for now, we're good to go. So I don't really have that much that I have to do off stream or whatever, so we can go over some of these things. Now, I do want to point out that currently, since we abandoned the Niner theme team, we've been all set. So what that means is this, right? We're starting to win again. We got the players in the right positions. I can't really say that we're struggling in any aspect. I did play a couple pro players this weekend league, and I know that our team is right there. So currently we're on an 11-game win streak after losing like 20 straight from going 50-50 Niners. So I would recommend that you go 25 of whatever team to get that boost for now until Team Diamonds come out, or it's easier for your your particular squad, because it becomes very, very difficult at certain key positions to not have the right players there. I just want to make sure you guys understand that, okay? So right now we're currently on an 11-game win streak, and we have like the last 3 with Vince Young. So, you know, based on what I've seen, I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing right now. Obviously, I love to moss dudes, so I still have that deep out on Calvin. Vince Young changes the game, though, in one aspect, right? He's able to, on the run, do some ridiculous passes. Now, I want to point this out again. Roaming Deadeye, since last year's Next Gen, Madden 21, Roaming Deadeye is better than Dashing Deadeye. Just so you guys know that. He will make the throw more accurate, more accurately with this than he will with Dashing. And Escape Artist is just a must-have. So, the biggest thing that you'll notice about Vince Young is that he cannot throw from the pocket, right? So you need a decent amount of time to be able to release the football. That is very, very bad in a lot of situations, and it causes a lot of issues for me because I like to throw from the pocket sometimes, and he just does not have that release. Now, Daniel Jones, he can throw from the pocket, he can run, he doesn't have the Escape Artist. Now, the major advantage about Escape Artist for now is that EA has left it the way it's supposed to be. I get completely dominated by Vince Young when I play against him. I'll still win the game though, but he runs around and he outruns contains. So the Escape Artist actually works. What's probably going to happen is people are going to cry and complain, and EA is going to patch it. I don't want it patched. It's playing the way it's supposed to play, and our ability points that we're spending all of our training on is currently working. The issue now is this, again, if it comes down to it, right, where you can't get outside the pocket, can he make a throw before the blitz gets in? Now, some of you guys are like, yo, quick draw. You know what I'm saying? Quick draw makes him playable, stuff like that. That is a possibility. Okay, that is a possibility that quick draw would make the ball come out a little bit faster. He's not always under pressure though. But I do understand the fact that with the way that the game works, I remember using that. I think Russell Wilson in the challenges, he also has quick draw. And he was throwing the ball relatively, fast and getting the ball out. So it could be a possibility that that actually works. My biggest problem about it is this though. You're using up a lot of AP. So if he can actually throw the ball faster and stuff like that with quick draw, he's probably the better quarterback right now. But I will tell you this. In order to utilize him right now, we have to take away ability points from other players. So let's just go over a few things. Daniel Jones, field general, you give him that set feet lead, so it's super fast passes right out there, like, dude, it's ready, and then you get that inside Deadeye. Those are really, really gritty and like ridiculous abilities. Love those abilities. Running outside the pocket though, a little bit better, because you're gonna be able to do whatever you please. And one of the bigger things that you have to understand, like that's even better than that, is the fact that the game it's based off of that. That whole Patrick Mahomes escaping the pocket, Kyler Murray type stuff, the gameplay is based on that. So Vince Young might be the better option. Now, we go down and we look at the other things. The O-line, I'm going to recommend it. For those of you guys that come to my streams, you're like, yo, Gmia, what abilities are you using? I show it to you guys all the time. Post up on the guards. That's it. You don't need edge protector and all that stuff. If you have to, if you're having real problems with it and your O-line is not as good, you may have to upgrade. but it's not something that I would highly recommend because I think the post-ups are more than enough. And it also helps you with the run game. Jimmy Graminton, having that right there, right? Listen, when you have tight end apprentice and you're able to give those additional hot routes, it's a nightmare for your opponent. It's just an absolute nightmare. Okay, Kyle Dig Out Your Girls Pits, he's an outside tight end that we use simply because, you know, we moss on both sides of the field, but with the way that we're playing right now, we may not even moss anymore. We may not need to. It's good to have it, but we may not need to moss all the time, or if we do moss, we'll just moss with Kyle Pitts on the outside of certain formations. But Calvin Johnson, we probably would save AP by giving him maybe like a short in, short out type thing and running more of the bunch tight end or the tight formations. That may make more sense. The backfield master on your running back is definitely highly recommended because those extra hot routes is probably going to win you a game, and it's 1 AP. So you can work it like that. And the reason that I'm showing you guys all of this individually is because once you go and you start to invest in Vince Young, I'm going to try that because the quick draw, it's a chance that the ball will come out faster. It's not going to be set feet lead though. Okay, so for those of you guys that's looking for like the set feet lead type thing, you're not going to get that particularly, but you'll get a faster release in certain cases. But if there is no pressure, will he still throw the ball as fast? That's what you're gonna have to, try to figure out. But as far as Calvin Johnson goes, we could probably lessen that because he is a physical receiver. We could just give him matchup nightmare. We could just say, you know what? Take matchup nightmare. If you catch the ball, you catch it. If you don't, you don't. We could do that. You see what I'm saying, guys? And just see how it works out. But I will let you know, in certain cases, deep out is just so much better than matchup nightmare. They actually catch the ball. But depending on your skill level and what you're trying to do, it could benefit you either way. All right, so that would be something that we would have to do. We would have to actually give Calvin Johnson matchup nightmare. Another thing that happens is this. Deebo Samuel, I would like to give him like short in or another ability. I would love to do that. So we have to figure out how we're going to work this because it looks like, Kyle Dig Out Your Girls Pits, he might have to just rock with no abilities. But that's dangerous because if you need to go up one-on-one, he may not come down with the ball without an ability. But I would be willing to go back to matchup nightmare on Calvin. Although it just lights up and it doesn't really do anything, it's a chance that he might do something ridiculous because he's Calvin Johnson. All right, so that's the way that we can actually add that quick draw onto Vince Young. For those of you guys that are wondering how you can formulate the team, that's the way you probably can do it. So that's more than likely how we're going to approach it. And we're going to see if it works out for him. If it does happen to work out for him successfully, we will proceed and keep it the way that it is. And we will go along those lines and get that done. If it doesn't work, we would have to go back now and add, deep out back to Calvin and revamp a little bit more with the way that the team is rocking out. Okay, but for now, I would just tell you, based on everything that I've seen and heard, that maybe the quick draw is probably the solution for him being able to get it out. All right, the quick draw is probably going to be that ability that's needed in order for him to be completely successful for you. If that does not work, Escape Artist still is very, very OP, but we may have to just wait until another quarterback gets it, maybe a Steve Young or something like that, and then go from there because his release is just god-awful. And that's the major issue that his card has right now. Daniel Jones, if you still have him, I still think he's one of the better QBs in the game. I would watch that particularly, and we'll see how it goes from there. But I wanted to share this with you. Hopefully you guys have found it informative, and you're ready to go ahead and keep building up that squad. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You have an unbelievable day. Until next time, one love.